It's my pleasure now to introduce Dr. Carol Kauffman. Dr. Kauffman is an assistant clinical professor of psychology at Harvard Medical School and a veteran psychologist at McLean Hospital, where she's been teaching and supervising for the past 25 years. She's just co-founded and is the director of the Coaching and Positive Psychology Initiative at McLean Hospital, Department of Psychiatry, which is an educational research and positive psychotherapy initiative. She's co-editor-in-chief of a new academic and professional journal called Coaching, an international journal of theory, research, and practice. It's the first journal on coaching from a major publishing house, and the first issue is due out in March of this coming year. Most important to her, however, is that she has an active clinical and coaching practice, which she has had in the US and the UK, and has had the privilege of participating in over 35,000 clinical and coaching sessions, and feel like a personal witness to seeing how positive psychology can make a huge difference in how we practice psychotherapy. So with that, I'd like you to welcome Dr. Kauffman.
Hello, everybody. Do you need a stretch break or something? Is this yes? Okay, everyone up and stretch. And I will now delight you all. Both George Valiant and Frida Rebelsky spoke about singing, but nobody had the guts to do it. Do you? Okay, someone mentioned Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I don't know that I know the words, so you gotta help me. Okay, are you ready? Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, birds fly over the rainbow. Why, oh why can't I? You know, I once sung that accidentally and got it wrong and said somewhere over the rainbow. Oh, look at the ceiling, it's blue. I said skies are blue, birds fly over the rainbow. Why, oh why don't you? Okay, thank you. All right. You guys actually sounded very good. So, first things first, here's my goal for today. My goal is in the next 45 minutes to give you a matrix in your mind so you can take positive psychology and put it into your practice next week. No, this week. Maybe even this afternoon. And so what I want to do is sort of, we have all this information on positive psychology. I want to kind of funnel it into some bite-sized pieces that you could metabolize and use as therapists, as coaches, as managers, as teachers, as parents, as sons and daughters. Just how can we use it? Positive psychology is the study of what makes life worth living. So what we want to do here today and tomorrow is learn about it, then learn how to use it, and then learn how to give it away to the people in our lives and to our clients. One of the definitions of positive psychology I really like is by Jonathan Haidt. I think it was by him, who says positive psychology is the study of. Now think of yourself as therapists, coaches, parents, managers, teachers with this definition. Positive psychology is the study of the conditions and processes that lead to optimal functioning. Optimal functioning for the people we're with and for ourselves. So here are the 4 ways that I keep it in mind so that when I'm sitting in my office and I'm trying to work with a client, or I'm on the telephone because my UK coaching practice is all over the phone, I think, how can I reverse the focus from the negative to the positive? How can I develop a language of strength? For example, we talk about reducing anxiety. What about fostering courage? People feel very differently when you say, let's make you feel calmer, less anxious, than you say, let's see how you can have some courage to face the situation. Can you feel it pull at a different part of you? So reverse the focus, develop that language of strength. And Chris Peterson, who will be talking this afternoon, is really the foremost person who's given us a language of strength in the values in action inventory of strengths. The third thing, how can we build, notice, and harness positive emotion in our lives and in our clients' lives? You know, as I think George Valiant said this morning, how do we help our clients and one another hold the exquisitely poignant experience of pure joy? You know, we know how to do that with grief. Let's learn how to do that with joy, with love for yourself, etc. And then fourth, how to build strategies of hope and optimum performance. So the metaphor I think of for reversing the focus, now again, positive psychology does not believe we are all paragons of mental health. Positive psychology is not anti-psychoanalysis, anti-behaviorism, anti-anything. It's trying to bring another whole part of the world into focus. And do you all know the famous Rubin vase, you know, the black vase with a white background? And you reverse focus to look at the white faces. What we're trained to do, I think, in our society and certainly as professionals, is we're trained to focus in on that black vase and everything that fills it up. And we can talk about that with exquisite clarity. But then when we try to reverse the focus to joy, to courage, to comradeship, to connection, things get sort of bland. So we're trying to learn how to do that. So one question I asked myself was, well, why am I so negative? Well, the answer that comes to most people's minds is, you know, it must be because I had an unhappy childhood or I'm neurotic. But the beautiful thing about positive psychology is we're negative because we're normal and we have good brains. The reason is, in human evolution, civilization is what, 4 seconds old? So our brains really better not adapt to civilization too quickly. Our brains need to snag at what's negative. They need to know where the tiger is in the bushes, and if we don't, we die. And all of those of us are here because our ancestors, their brains were really good at it. Our brains are still good at it. What we need to learn are these sort of, as Sonia Lubomirsky says, learn happiness habits to help us reverse that focus, to be able to pull out the positive from the negative. And I guess there's a Russian psychologist called Zygarnik who talked about the Zygarnik effect. And basically what it is positive events are like Teflon. They come in and they slide right out of your head. They're done. Negative events, criticism, it's like Velcro. It goes in and it sticks. So I'll give you an example. This is obviously not exactly true, but they say that Beethoven got really grumpy and depressed when he started going deaf and being unable to play music. Obviously, he recovered and wrote the Ode to Joy, but before that, he was depressed and cranky, and his wife could not get him up in the morning. She finally